So last week in Walmart, I was in the gaming section and I noticed a whole bunch of games just laying on in one area, and there was a price tag at the bottom of the shelf that said $5, and of course, usually that indicates that it's just for one game. But having worked in a grocery store, I know that sometimes we put a group of items together if they cost the same price, just because we don't want to create a separate tag for each one. So I took a bunch of games and I used one of those price checking machines, and as it turns out, a lot of the games that I scanned were in fact on sale for $5 to $10. So as you can see here, I ended up buying a whole bunch. Now, not everything was $5 to $10. Yakuza Like a Dragon, for instance, that was still $50. It would have been really awesome if that were $5. I mean, I already have access to it thanks to Game Pass. So if I wanted to play it, I could just download it. But still, it's always nice whenever you see a special edition of a game on sale for really cheap. So the first game I have here is a game that unfortunately doesn't look like it is loose. The Last of Us Remastered. This one was $10. No, sorry. This was $5. $5 for The Last of Us. And keep in mind, I already have the game on PS3. I still have yet to actually play it, so I'm definitely going to be playing this eventually. Next up is Killzone Shadowfall. This was the last Killzone game outside of Killzone Mercenaries to be released in the franchise, and we've yet to see any new Killzone game. And we probably won't, because Guerrilla Games have moved on to Horizon Zero Dawn, a much more successful franchise. Still, Killzone is very much a PlayStation franchise that I grew up with. Next up, Far Cry 4. Now, this was the game that had the tag for $5, and I've yet to actually play this. I remember seeing a used copy for PS3 on sale when GameStop, or EB Games as was previously known, tried to get rid of their PS3 and Xbox 360 catalog. I didn't get it for PS3. I'm kind of glad I didn't now, because now I have this. Yeah, so the main villain of this game is voiced by Troy Baker, I believe. And this was actually the first time I got the first trailer for this game was my first ever exposure to Far Cry, and that's what ultimately led me to buying the Far Cry compilation and then playing Far Cry 2, 3, and a bit of Blood Dragon. I'll certainly be getting to that eventually. Next up, Code Vein. Also $5. This is a JRPG that was on Game Pass. Well, it was on Game Pass until very recently, until it got removed. I never actually did download it, but now I have the game disc, so I don't have to worry too much about downloading a game. The fact of the matter is, Xbox games and PlayStation 4 games, they're pretty big. And speaking of Xbox games, I have Ghostbusters, a video game, remastered. Also $5. Everything you've seen so far is $5. This is a remaster of I think 2008 title. It's based on like the HD version, not the Wii version, which featured a cartoonish art design. It would have been nice to have both art designs or both versions, but whatever. I'll be sure to give this a try at some point. Now, Indivisible. I actually tried a bit of this on Game Pass. It looked pretty fun. Seemed pretty cool. Unfortunately, I heard there were some things happening behind the scenes with the developer, and they ultimately canceled some extra content for the game, which is a bit unfortunate. But do you really want morally compromised people in positions of power? I don't think so. Still, I'll be sure to try this out eventually. Littlebigplanet 3. Now, this is a game franchise I own the games for, but I've yet to actually play. I I still have yet to try out my copy of Littlebigplanet on PS3. But you know what? It was $5. So, and it's currently the only game in the franchise where you can play the online. The online for the other games are basically shut down because of hacking, massive hacking issues. So I still will have a means of playing using whatever online component this game has. Next up, now this game I was very hesitant on getting because I'm going to be honest, not a real fan of racing games, but I felt I needed to get this because not only was it $5, but it was also a franchise that has roots all the way back to the a franchise that originated back to the PlayStation 1. And it's just here for obligatory reasons. And that's really it. Neo 2, honestly, I wasn't really sure whether I should have picked this game up because there is of course the PS5 collection, but then I found out of course you can get a free upgrade. It's a pity that I don't think the first game offers a free upgrade, which is unfortunate. But hopefully I can get a copy of the first game at some point. Who knows? Maybe I'll just outright buy the PS5 collection when I get a PS5 one day, and this game copy will be obsolete. So yeah, that's it for the $5 games. Everything else you see here is $10, including this one. Despite the $29.96 price tag, this thing alone costed $10. I got three full games here for the same amount of money it cost to upgrade certain PS4 games to PS5 titles. So of course we have Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, which I actually own on PS3, and Beyond Two Souls. And it comes in two boxes. I believe Heavy Rain. Yeah, so the Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls come on one disc, and the Detroit Become Human is on the other. Really, I'll definitely be giving this a shot. Assuming I actually open this, because if you guys couldn't already tell, a lot of these games are sealed, and I'd like to keep it that way for as long as possible. Next up, this one is also another collection, or a compilation of sorts. Lego Marvel Collection, including Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Avengers, and Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. I have all three games and all the season pass content. I'm not quite sure if there's like a download code. I'll have to check that out later. But I always get these two games confused because of course this Lego Marvel Superheroes, that game came out around the time of not too long after the Avengers movie, and then the Lego Avengers came out, and the opening mission for this game is based off of the second Avengers movie, and then we have the third game here which has Spider-Man in it. I always get these games confused because they're very similar to one another. It's just that Avengers is of course the Avengers, and Lego Marvel Superheroes contains all the like X-Men characters and Fantastic Four and so on. Still, the Lego games are really fun, and I'm sure these games are really fun as well. They're a pain in the ass to complete though, so there's that. And then finally we have Uncharted: The Lost Legacies, which I got for $10. So I've yet to actually play Uncharted 4, so I might wait to get a copy of that game, or better yet, finish Uncharted Golden Abyss on my Vita, which I still yet to finish. Yet to complete, sorry. I'm a good chunk of the way through that game. But yeah, part of the reason I got this was because if you have a copy of The Lost Legacies or Uncharted 4 on PS4, you can upgrade to the Legacy of Thieves collection for I think $15, I believe, and you get the PS5 remaster, which is pretty neat. Now I'm sure I'm probably going to regret getting this sometime in the future, much like what was that other game again? Yeah, like Neo 2, because of course I could just get the collection on PS5, but you know what? Whatever. I don't have a PS5, and I don't necessarily intend on spending that much money to get one at the moment. I've got plenty of games to play now on my PS4. There was also a couple other games on the shelf, I believe. Yeah, but they were not on sale, or they weren't really interesting. One game in particular I missed out on was God of War PS4, which unfortunately somebody else beat me to it. Though to be fair, there was that other customer who got God of War. He actually tipped me off to these three games, because these three games were in a separate area than these ones over here. These ones were locked behind a cabinet, and of course these games had these prices on them. So of course nobody would ever know that these games are like $10 or less. Same with these ones. They didn't bother changing the price tag. It's just the barcode on the back that's like the final cost. So that's really neat. So that pretty much does it for this pickup video, guys. If you like what you see, as always, like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll definitely be posting some more videos coming soon. Take care for now. Bye.